Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Anis Natasha binti Yusof and my metric number 307094. So today our group will present about unemployment in Malaysia and the role of government policy in shaping unemployment trends. Unemployment occurs when individuals who are willing and able to work are unable to find sustainable job. Historically, Malaysia has maintained a relative low unemployment rates, averaging between 3.3 and 3.5%. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the unemployment rate increased sharply, reaching a peak of 5.3% in May 2020. This rise was mainly due to the business closure and reduced economic activity across many sectors. As Malaysians continue to recover from the pandemic, it is important to understand how government action influenced the unemployment. This presentation argued that government policy play a significant role in determining Malaysia unemployment rates. In the short term, crisis response measures such as the Wage Subsidy Program or WSP and the Jamin Kerja Initiative help to reduce cyclical unemployment by supporting employers and protecting existing jobs. In the long term, sectoral policy, including minimum wage reform and economic transformation strategy, aim to aim to address skill mismatch and improve labor market stability. Therefore, in the following presentation, my friend will explain in detail to you. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Fatini binti Jamil. My metric number is 306806. Today, I will talk about cyclical and crisis response policies for short-term impact. During economic downturns, Malaysia faced an increase in cyclical unemployment as businesses reduce production and cut staff. This problem becomes more serious during sudden economic shocks such as COVID-19, where major sectors like tourism, retail and manufacturing are heavily affected. To prevent massive job losses, the Malaysian government introduced several short-term cyclical and crisis response policies. These include the wage subsidy program to help employers keep workers, the Prihatin and Pemerkasa stimulus packages, loan moratoriums to ease cash flow, and various hiring and training incentives. Overall, these policies were designed to protect jobs, stabilize the labor market, and support a faster economic recovery. This part, I will explain about Malaysia's short-term policy to help workers and businesses during economic shocks, especially COVID-19. The government introduced two main programs. First, the Wage Subsidy Program or WSP to help companies pay their workers. Second, the Jamin Kerja Keluarga Malaysia initiative, including My Step, which support workers and help them find jobs. First, the Wage Subsidy Program or WSP was a government plan to help companies pay part of their workers' salary during the COVID-19 pandemic. This way, workers could keep their job even when businesses could not operate. The WSP was especially important for sectors with many public interactions like tourism and retail. It prevented many layoffs and kept employees connected with their employers during the crisis. The program had a strong impact on unemployment. The rate peaked at 5.3% in May 2020, but then started to go down as the economy reopened and subsidy continued. Overall, WSP helped businesses survive and supported a faster economic recovery. Second, Jamin Kerja Keluarga Malaysia helps Malaysians get jobs by giving incentive to employers. MyStep provides short-term jobs and internship to prepare workers for permanent employment. This program creates more jobs after the pandemic and helped many workers gain real work experience. Some temporary jobs eventually become permanent positions. The programs also supported vulnerable groups, including youth and persons with disabilities. Overall, Jamin Kerja and MyStep help more people return to work, increase job opportunities, and contribute to the recovery of Malaysian labour market. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Farid Iman bin Muhammad Filis and my matric number is 306445. I'm going to talk about the short-term impact for the cyclical policy and the crisis response policy. Cyclical policy in Malaysia are short-term measures and used to stabilize the economy during period of slowdown. These policies are implemented to maintain demand and employment when economic activities weaken and uncertainty increase. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the government increased public spending and provided temporary tax relief to support business and household. This action helped cushion the decline in the private demand, increase household consumption, protect jobs, and improve cash flow for small and medium enterprise. As a result, business confidence and consumer spending were maintained helping to reduce the severity of the economic downturn until recovery began. And then, crisis response policy in Malaysia are immediate action taken to manage major economic disruptions such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The government introduced several stimulus measures, including the Prihatin Economic Stimulus Package to support household, worker, and business during the crisis. These measures include wage subsidy, loan moratorium, cash assistance, and financial support for SMEs. They help stabilize household income, prevent mass employment, and ensure that business could continue operating despite restriction. As a result, economic activities recover faster than expected, although this short-term policy also increased government spending and highlighted the need for future fiscal restructuring.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Anissa binti Taskan. Today I'll be talking about structural policies for long-term effect. Structural policies are also called a structural reform of a cost structure in an economy. It is a continuous process of identifying the problem that lies in the economy, then finding the solution for the problems, enacting the solution in the economy, then measuring the effectiveness of the solution. The structural policies in Malaysia focus on the unemployment rate through targeting the long-term systematic issue within the labour market. It is a deliberate action taken by the government or international organisation to increase the overall flexibility in the production and increase production capacity. Department of Statistics Malaysia report has highlighted the trend of skill-related underemployment in Malaysia. This refers to people with tertiary education working in semi-skilled or low-skilled jobs, which has shown the skill mismatch in the job application. This is through focusing on the technical and vocational training and education (TVET), which will provide marketable hand-on skills that are immediately applicable in the labour market. The government will standardize the curricular and governance across different TVET institutions to improve the quality of graduates and industry relevance. The government enhance collaboration between the institutions and the labour market through collaborating with different international organizations to boost the employability of graduates. While addressing the skill mismatch issue in the labour market, the government also focused on their economic restructuring, which focused to create high-value, high-paying jobs. The government attract foreign direct investment (FDI) in high-tech and knowledge incentive sectors to create more high-paying jobs for the labour market. The government also encouraged the adoption of Industry 4.0 technologies to help move away the economy from dependence on cheap, low-skilled foreign labour.
Good day to Dr. and everyone. My name is Rojame and my metric number is 36419. Now I'll be continuing the part of minimum wage policy. The purpose of the minimum wage policy is to make sure workers receive fair pay for their work. It helps workers earn enough income to support their daily needs. At the same time, it encourages companies to improve productivity instead of depending on low-skilled foreign workers. This policy also helps reduce youth unemployment and skill mismatch in the labour market. For raising minimum wage revisions, Malaysia increased the minimum wage from 1,200 ringgit to 1,500 ringgit in May 2022. Under the Minimum Wage Order 2024, the minimum wage will increase again to 1,700 starting from 1st of August 2025. These increases help reduce income inequality and encourage more people to join the workforce. To support the minimum wage policy, the government introduced a progressive wage policy. This policy gives incentives to companies that increase wages voluntarily. It also encourages employers to provide skills training and use better technology, so businesses can handle higher labor costs while improving worker skills. In the long term, the minimum wage policy helps Malaysia reduce its dependence on low-cost foreign labor. It pushes companies to become more efficient and productive. As a result, the labor market becomes more skilled and competitive. This is a clear evidence that this policy has a positive impact. By March of 2025, the median wage increased from 2,844 ringgit to 3,000 ringgit. Youth workers under 20 years old earn about 1,700 ringgit on average. At the same time, the unemployment rate dropped to 3.1%, which is the lowest in 10 years. Moving on to the next part is the economic transformation towards high-value sectors. The purpose of this policy is to reduce unemployment caused by skill mismatch and move Malaysia towards high-value industries. It aims to create more high-skill and high-income jobs for workers and support long-term economic growth. The government supports this policy through important initiatives such as the 13 Malaysia Plan and the New Industrial Plan 2030. These plans focus on improving workforce skills and developing industries like electronics, digital economy, renewable energy, and high-tech manufacturing.
This policy works by encouraging advanced manufacturing, digital technology, and green industry. Workers are encouraged to learn new skills and become more flexible. Employers also improve productivity by using better technology and skilled workers. In the long term, this transformation helps match workers' skills with industry needs. It increases productivity, innovation, and competitiveness. It also supports Malaysia's goal of becoming a high-income country with a strong and future-ready workforce. The positive impact can already be seen. In 2024, approved investments reached 378.5 billion and created more than 207,000 jobs. Many of these jobs were managerial, technical, or skilled positions. In the first half of 2025, manufacturing investments increased, and the share of skilled jobs also continued to rise.
So, in conclusion, Malaysia's cyclical unemployment has been effectively controlled through crisis measures such as the wage subsidy program and Jamin Kerja, which helped reduce layoff during COVID-19. As a result, the unemployment rate fell from 5.3% in 2020 to 3.1% in 2025, showing a strong labor market recovery. However, structural challenges remain, especially skill mismatch and graduate under unemployment. Progress has been made through minimum wage reform and initiatives like NIMP 2030, which increase median wage and create more high-skilled jobs. Looking forward, Malaysia must continue transitioning to a high-skill, high-wage economy by investing 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 high-wage economy by investing